Zain,
Oh,
but it's more than 2 hours and you are still playing game.
yeah, but what should I do? It's nowhere near Iftari. I've done my own Mars.
Beta, there are many other things which you can do except playing games and watching TV while you are fasting. Do you know you are wasting your reward by wasting time? Then switch it off and let's do your 30 days challenge. We will find out what we have to do today. Good boy.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Zain. You watching my Ramadan day. Today is the 27th day of Ramadan. It's time to do the daily Ramadan challenge. Learn about an ayah of Quran which tells you about fasting.
I know which ayah I'm going to teach you today. So let's get our notebooks and sit on the table. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's open the Surah Baqarah. Ayah number 183. Okay, would you please read this translation for me?
Okay. Oh, you have a man.
Just pause for a minute. It starts with Ya ayyuhallazina amanu. Oh, you have iman. When Allah says these words in Quran, what we have to do?
We have to be alerted
Why?
because it's talking about us.
MashaAllah. So let's start reading.
Oh, you have a man. Fasting has been made obligatory for you, just as it was made obligatory for those before you, so that you may develop taqwa,
What is taqwa?
patience, control of anger.
Taqwa is God consciousness. Taqwa is to do what pleases Allah and to stay away from that which displeases Allah. This is called taqwa or God consciousness. And taqwa keeps us alert that Allah is watching us all the time. And gaining taqwa is the main purpose of fasting in Ramadan. So what is your understanding about taqwa now?
Well, taqwa is God consciousness, and then God consciousness is, for example, like you're going at the speed of 50 miles per hour in your car, and then the speed limit is 30 miles, and then you see like a camera, and then so as soon as you see it, you put the brakes on and then go the regular speed, just like that when we are doing something that we're not supposed to, and then we get noticed that Allah is watching us, we stop. Taqwa, it's earned by doing rosas, which is fasting. So this means that God consciousness is doing good stuff that Allah wants you to, and keeping away from the things that Allah doesn't want you to.
Well done. Very good. MashaAllah. Do we have to do taqwa only in Ramadan?
No,
Why Allah asked us to observe fasting in Ramadan to gain taqwa then?
to make this practice.
Yes, very good. These 30 days of Ramadan are for practicing the taqwa and prepare us for the rest of 335 days. And remember that Allah does not watch us only in Ramadan, but all year round, every minute, every second. And if we don't gain taqwa from the fasting of Ramadan, what does happen?
Well, then we lose patience, and then we keep on doing bad things.
And even we don't get reward of fasting. Prophet ﷺ said, it may be that a fasting person received nothing from his fast except hunger and thirst. There is another hadith in which Prophet ﷺ said, whoever does not give up lying, forced speech, and evil actions, Allah is not in need of his leaving his food and drink. So the main purpose of fasting is to gain taqwa. Tell me, when you are fasting, why don't you eat?
It's because, well, that's what the fasting is supposed to be, and also Allah is watching us always.
Yes, you knew that Allah is seeing you all the time. You were fasting for Allah and you knew that if you will eat or drink, your fast will break. And you can't eat because Allah is watching you. Same as it is, you are not also allowed lying, backbiting, stealing, arguing, fighting, or listening to the music, or wasting your time in useless things. Because Allah is not only watching you when you are eating or drinking during fast, but He is watching your every action. This is how fasting reminds us that Allah is seeing and hearing us all the time and helps us to become al-muttaqeen. A person who gains taqwa is called al-muttaqi. I have made a mind map of gaining taqwa through fasting. So, the purpose of fasting in Ramadan is to gain and increase taqwa or God consciousness. And what is God consciousness? It is do what pleases Allah and stay away from what displeases Allah. Easy?
Easy. Do what pleases Allah and do not do what displeases Allah.
So, what is the purpose of fasting in Ramadan?
To gain taqwa.
Today's learning is going to help us to do post Ramadan planning as well. And what is your planning after Ramadan?
I'm going to keep my taqwa, and then to keep it firmly, I'm going to do maybe a few rosas.
To increase your taqwa, what will you do?
I will keep in my mind that Allah is watching me all the time. So then that will keep me away from doing bad things.
Like?
Like backbiting, saying bad words, annoying people, and
Wasting time. There was another part of taqwa as well. It was not only staying away from what displeases Allah, but do what pleases Allah. So for that, what will you do?
Namaz, Quran, rosas, and then helping people, being kind,
Listening to your parents,
and then helping your parents.
being good and kind with others.
Yeah.
Let's make the list of the things which pleases Allah and the things which displeases Allah.
So first let's look at which pleases Allah. First is being kind, then helpful, and then charity, and then also salam, patience, recitation and learning of Quran, namaz on the time, and then truthfulness, forgiveness, istighfar, respecting parents, giving gifts, and then in every condition be happy from Allah. Okay, now I'll try kind of my best to not do all of the deeds that displeases Allah. First is argument and anger, laziness, jealousy, hatred, hurting people and then bullying people, and greediness and being proud, breaking promises, and then boasting, selfishness, and then finally cheating. I now hope you understand what is the purpose of fasting in Ramadan, which is to gain taqwa for the rest of the year. Okay, see you tomorrow at something else. Assalamu alaikum.